So now, Joe, I believe you said you were beginning to ask Femke a question.
Yeah, I'm gonna point something out too. I've always got this stupid grin on my face, so I'm not. I, I'm not being lied about anything. I've always got a what do they call it? I won't say that. I've always got a grin on my face. So pay no attention to me. Um, I was going to ask about, I think because of in your word, self gentleness and and the nurturing aspect of it is often seen in a feminine light, right? Not a masculine light, because um, and I'm obviously speaking from a Western perspective, and I'm obviously speaking from my own perspective. Um, but there is a wisdom in that, and one of the things I would I would ask is, there's a wisdom in being receptive to that, and in that softness and in that surrender to that gentleness. And it seems like the self gentleness honors that sacred feminine, if you will, in all of us, whether through intuition, whether through rhythm, or just nurturing. And how do you experience that feminine face of awakening in your own life and work?
Yeah. Um, Personally, I always try to stay away from the connotation of the masculine and the feminine, because I see we live in a culture where that is defined in a certain way based on old patterns and old ideas about differences between men and women and weaknesses of women, etc. And personally, for me, it doesn't work to hold on to that. My personal take, but again, this is just for me, is to approach people like individuals and try to stay away from all expectations that I might have picked up in society about their gender and how that might affect their responses, my expectations of them, etc. That's not easy because we're all conditioned. I watch movies, read books, and it's all there. Um, but I do try to apply that very consciously. So in that sense, something in me refuses to connect the idea of gentleness and nurturing only to women, because I think all all beings have that ability to be gentle, to be nurturing, to be caring, to be soft, to be emotional, to be sensitive, to be harsh, to be tough, to be strong, to be fighting. We all have this, men and women. Yes, it might not show always, and we might believe in those old stories, but I personally prefer to try not to have those stories lead it. So yeah, there is not so much gentleness in the world, but there's a lot of gentleness within people, men and women. And what I'm trying to do is to try to remind people that they are love, they are soft, they are gentle. And the more they are that to themselves, men and women, the more they will be this for other people. Because when we are harsh on other people, it has very often to do with something that we don't like about ourselves. And many of those people are not even aware that this is the case. They rather blame other people because they think they see something that they actually don't like about themselves. So when those people also start to apply that self-gentleness, there comes this softness also toward other people. At least that's my philosophy. And I know sometimes I feel a bit naive when I look around in the world, but again, I'm an optimist by survival. So yeah, this is what I teach. And for anyone open to this, I'm here with you to show you how to do it.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. I learned
Yeah,
something.
because maybe I should add something to that, because been this a big shift within societies to become more aware of the female perspective, etc. But I also think that by keeping it bipolar, we as women, I don't want to say women, don't include men in that new story. And I think we as human beings have to create a new story as human beings and not anymore. Now it's a turn of women. Now, yes, there are many wrongs maybe to correct, but the correction is not to equal it now. The correction is to connect men and women and everyone in between, by the way, who doesn't per se feel like a man or a woman, and then make that connection and just see that we're all human beings, whatever your gender is, whatever you're feeling about it even. That was an addition that I wanted to make. Also.
No, thank you. I like it. I learned something.
So glad. Glad to hear this.
And I sense too that there is an awakening in that, whether we say the men in the world are starting to realize that they too can be the type of person, not a man, not being a woman, but to be gentle with themselves. And one of the things that's kind of where I dropped out when we had our call drop off here, was one of the things that I'm noticing as I grow older, I'm more gentle with myself. I'm more sensitive and less reactive and so forth. But I really like the part about the touch that you were talking about, whether, any stroke. And I will bear it today and tell you my evening routine before I go to sleep is I have this little soft brush that you use to actually stroke your face. And it sort of gives you that tingly feeling. And then on the arms to open, and feel
beautiful. Yeah.
Feel touched. Right. And I'll tell you, I fall asleep almost instantly after I've done that. I think it's a release of some tension in the face or whatever it might be. Now, Joe, you may laugh at this offline with me. I don't know, but I've told everyone on the call now, the 10 that are still here. And we thank you for being here. And Femke, thank you for sharing that feeling too.
Yeah.
So we're coming near the end. We still have time. And I just want to ask another question with respect to a little bit about what you talked about earlier, this being summer, you're sitting out in your yard and that you're enjoying, now you're back in the house, but that you enjoy nature. Now, I've been following you and I see that you have maybe it's not an event, but a program called the Summer Slowdown. Can you share a little bit about that?
It's Jessica Amos, my dear friend, and also a meditation teacher and coach and punk rocker. I really love her. She's she initiated this. She actually did a summer slowdown 10 years ago because she was then in a transition in her life when she needed it herself, and she gathered a lot of people to create a summer slowdown. And now 10 years later, she's again in a transition. And she did it again. So her, me, and 29 other artists, poets, teachers, musicians offer every day. So Jessica arranges this so if you sign up for the August Summer Slowdown, every day you get an email with a small prompt from Jessica and a contribution of one of those 31 participants who, from their perspective, from their idea, give you something to help you slow down in the summer. And for me, the summer is really a time to slow down. I love summer. I love the fact that everything is growing and blooming. And so I live in the city, but I do have a garden, and almost everything in my garden you can eat. I really love that. So So I was so happy when she asked me if I wanted to participate, not just because I love her, but because I think it's a wonderful initiative. So, on my website, there is a link where people can still sign up. It starts August 1st, so that's Friday. So there's still a few days to sign up. And then it's completely free, Actually, what I really love how Jessica is explaining this on her socials is you just sign up and then you can receive. So you don't have to pay. You don't have to do anything. You just can receive every day a beautiful creation, snippets, thoughts, artwork from one of those 31 people. And there are some really great Insight Timer teachers also on it. So Ferd Chambers, for instance, is on it, and David Gandelman and Charles Freilich. Just those are a few by heart. There are many more, but also poets. Yeah.
What is your website again, Femke, so people can
So
jump
my
back on?
website is drfemkebakker.com. So that is drfemkebakker.com.
Thank you. And
Yes.
you did a great job. I know that sometimes saying the letters is harder than actually sounding them. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
And
I'm always afraid that I'm saying the vowels wrong. But
yes,
actually, selfgentlenessacademy.com, that will also work. So that might be easier.
okay. Thank you, Femke. And just so you know, actually, I'm having a conversation with Jessica that she's interested in joining us in the collaborator circle soon and becoming part of IM Day this year as well. So thank you
That would
for
be
that.
awesome.
Yeah, we're looking forward to speaking to Jessica. So the summer slowdown, we're here, and you've coined the term self-gentleness, and that we're here now starting to feel something. So when we can expand and take that feeling forward, maybe we can use the summer slowdown for people here to join you. And that way, when they come into September, we will have a person or persons so much more responsive and understanding of themselves and feeling comfortable that they will join our initiative on September 24th.
That would be lovely. Yeah.
Yes. So, and feel free and do tell folks about us too as well.
Yeah. When the summer slowdown promotion is now, almost coming to an end. So then we, of course, we'll start to tell people about IM Day. I really love that. I really love being part of this collaboration. I think it's really beautiful.
Thank you. Back to you, Joe.
No, I think it's like I said, I learned something. I like these because I think I learn as much as I talk. So I've got things to go back and think about, and
Great.
I'm all over the place anyway. So it gives me it gives me more to think about, more to do.
Yeah.
I do appreciate you coming.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
No, I really enjoyed it. I find myself listening more than talking sometimes because but I would ask, is there anything else you'd like to leave with us? Is there anything else you'd like to add? Did we not ask something we should have?
Oh, I don't know.
I like the fact that I asked that question and it wasn't the right, I won't say it wasn't the right question, but it was a question that really came back a different way than what I expected. I really like that. And
I think I just want to say one thing to you and to Richard and to anyone watching now or later, and it is that it's so important to remember that you are so worthy and so lovable no matter what. That you don't have to earn that. You don't have to earn self-gentleness. You don't have to earn love. You just are that. And that is exactly what I want to contribute on 24th of September, to remind people of that. And I think I'm pretty good at that. I think that's self-gentleness, the key to self-love And I think that's the core of my message always. So if you've been on my lives, and I know Richard was an Insight Timer, that's almost always a part of the meditation, that I end up standing in your shoes and just saying, I'm lovable, I'm worthy, so that people can really feel those words. And so I want to leave you with that.
Well, thank you, Femke, and realize and know this, that you are loved. So thank you. And
Thank you.
everyone, please join us. Check us out on iamday.org, and you can join for free, and you will get all the notifications of our lineup of speakers and any events that we have planned for a virtual day. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Femke. Have a wonderful day and an evening to you, Femke.
Thank you. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
It was really lovely. Bye-bye.
Bye.